Hello dear students, my name is Rivas. I am a biology teacher at Teach International University. In this lesson, we are going to talk about conservation. Why do you need conservation? What we are conserve and what is the importance of it. So before that, let us briefly revise the previous lesson. So what did we study in the previous lesson? What do you think we studied?
Teacher,
Yes, please.
study about habitats.
Excellent. Habitats. Yes, we studied about habitats. So, what was the habitat? What do you think, dear students? Any idea?
Teacher,
Yes, please.
habitats are where the organisms live.
Exactly. So, habitats were the places that organisms live, and habitat provide nest or provide place to live or a food to survive. So that was it for the previous lesson. So let's focus on the today's lesson, which was the conservation. What was it?
Conservation.
Conservation, excellent. Conservation. So let's know what is conservation. Conservation is the process of looking after the natural environment. So what do you mean by natural environment? Like we mean the forests. Forests are natural, not man-made. Okay, so it's the process of looking after the natural habitats or environments. What was it? Looking after natural environments. What was it, Kamias?
Environment.
Environment. So it's important to know that. Why do you need to look after the natural environments? Why? What do you think? What do you have in the natural environments? I want nuance. What do you think? What do you have in natural environment?
We have other organisms, we have trees, we have
Of course, yes.
water.
Excellent.
Yes, we have many things.
Thanks. That's amazing. Of course. So all the things are called a habitat. Each organism have their own habitat. So why it's important to look after the natural environments? Because it has habitats. Habitats. So what's habitats? As we studied, habitats are the place for the organism to live in order to survive, to have food, to have a nest. So now we are going to the deeper background of the conservation. So by conserving the natural environment, we are conserving the animals as well, because we are conserving their habitats. So we should have one example of habitat. So like sheep, they live in the grasslands. Sheep, if you have sheep, okay, they live in the grassland habitats. Grassland habitats. So in here, by conserving this habitat, it means that we are conserving sheep as well. Okay. So the main point here is to conserve an organism, but we are not directly conserving the organism. We are conserving their natural environment. We are conserving their habitat in order to let them to be survival. Okay, so we have some important natural environments which they are known for their biodiversity. We should care about them. So the first one is or are forests. So let's make some space here in order to write it. So we said that the main or the most important environment is forest. Why forests are important? Why we should care of them? Why we should look after them? Forests are known for their biodiversity. So it means that there are thousands of habitats. So each habitat is special to a particular organism. So if we conserve forests, so it means that we have conserved many organisms as well. So why we are caring about the forests? Because it is known for it is biodiversity. Okay? Biodiversity. So for that we have some strategies in order to conserve forests. So the first action comes from the government. Okay. So the first action comes from the governments. Governments should give, or they should have rules for those that want to cut down the trees in the forest. Like they can only give the limited license to those who want to cut down the forest, like giving only limited license to the companies who want to cut down the trees, or the people who want to cut down the trees. Usually, the oral people who live nearby the village or nearby the forests. So that's the first point. The another strategy is to have this idea that we have to cut only one part of the forest each year. So if you imagine this forest, okay, so it's contains so many parts. So if you divide it, maybe you have 6 parts, okay. So we should know that each year we can only cut down one part of this forest, okay. Maybe this year we are only allowed to cut down this one, okay. Why it's important? Because when we are cut down this part, after 5 years, the term of this part will come, and after these 5 years, this part of the forest is have regrowed and it's ready to cut down again. And this is true for all of the parts as well. Painting. So another strategy in order to conserve plants or forests is to plant new plants. Planting what? Planting new plants. So why it is important? Because sometimes when you are cut down forest, maybe this cutting down trees will not regrow. In order to avoid this damage, we should plant new plants. So that was for forest. So we have another important environment that we should care about or look after, which is sea. Okay, so let's make some space again, and let's change the color to the yellow, please. So, what was the next environment? It was sea. So in the sea, like we said in the forest, the sea is also one of the most abundant, or it is known for its biodiversity. There are thousands, or we can say millions of organisms that live in this sea. So in the sea, we are mainly focused on the fishes. Okay, we are mainly focused on the fishes. Fish. So since we as a human eat fish as a high protein, okay, nutrient food, or we use it in the industry food or anything else. So that's why we need so much amount of fishes, okay. But it doesn't mean that we cannot have a limit to hunt them. So we have some strategy in order to conserve them, okay, and we should have some limitations. So let's see the limitations and strategies in order to conserve them, since we said that we need many of them. So let's know these strategies. So the first one, the first strategy, as it's written in the book, is that we should have limitations. As we said that we should have some rules for the forests, we should have some limitations for the hunting fishes as well. Like what? First one, it is limitations. So those that hunt fishes or fishermen, each of them should have a limit to hunt the fishes. For example, maybe one fisherman or one hunterman only can catch maybe 5 kilos of fish per day. So this fisherman cannot hunt more than this amount, okay? So another strategy to conserve fishes is to give restrictions to the size of mesh, or we can say for size of nets, okay? Size of nets. How it is can be, how it's influenced the amount of fish that have been hunted. So if you have an example, so if a holes of one net is in this size, and you have another type of net which it is holes is in this size, by this, if you have this type of net, so it means that the small fish can survive there. The young fishes where's the pin? Young fishes can survive from these nets. But if you look this type of net, it holds it's so small, so it means that even the young fishes cannot survive. So if you have this condition, it means that the young ones who they are responsible for reproduction or other purposes, they cannot survive, and we won't have a new born or new generation of the fish. So that was it for today. Okay, so let's make a quick revise, and I will give you an assignment. Okay, so let's see what we have studied today. So if you remember, first we defined conservation. We said that conservation is the process of looking after the natural environment. And we talked about the most important environments. The first one was forest. Okay, we said that it's important because it is one of the most abundant, or it is biodiversity is high. And we talked about the strategy in order to conserve forests. Then we talked about the SIA. So all students, please focus here. Please, boys, girls, pay attention. Okay. So you have an assignment. I want in the next lesson. I want you all have your opinion, your idea how we can conserve environment. If it is for forest, it's okay. If it is for the sea, it's okay. But I want you all have your idea how we can conserve these natural environments, okay? And I want it in the next lesson. And that was for today. Thank you.